Coming into the challenge this morning, I'm feeling really excited. It's top 5. That's another milestone.
The last challenge just was that affirmation that I needed. So coming in today to cook whatever it is, I'm feeling like I belong and I've got a good chance of winning this thing.
Jim was eliminated from the last challenge. It's just a reminder for us that nobody's safe in this competition, that anybody can go home.
Walking into the MasterChef kitchen, there's only 5 of us, so the line's getting a little smaller.
The difference between all 5 of us is very slim. You've got to be really on your ball every time.
Fantastic. Congrats to all of you. Every single one of you deserve to be here. You really have outdone yourselves in this MasterChef kitchen. So well done, you guys. But it's top 5.
Fantastic 5, and soon to be Fantastic 4.
And it will come as no surprises that the stakes are going to head skyward. So my advice to you, to buckle up, hold on, because the one thing I can tell you, it is going to be a super tight race home.
And today, it won't be just us you'll need to impress.
It's a pressure test. They've got someone in, bringing an amazing dish.
This is going to be quick fire. He's published 5 cookbooks and has 7 restaurants.
I love how they do the clues.
He's been voted one of the top 40 chefs of influence in the Global Food and Wine magazine. His middle name is Demetrios.
As soon as you said that, I knew straight away who it was. Demetrius is Greek.
He's been on countless TV shows and he's a judge on MasterChef Australia. Any ideas?
George.
That's right. Yes, you're on it. Please welcome George Columbaris.
Oh my gosh, this is really real. Previously, you're just watching him on TV, and then here come face to face with him, like in flesh.
Hey.
Hello.
I want to do New Zealand proud and show this Australian MasterChef judge that we've got this.
Gee, I'm nervous.
I'm nervous too. I don't really want to think about that, and you shouldn't think about that either. Today is about a fun day, an exciting day. And if you're smiling and you're happy and you embrace it, you're going to come out killing it.
Definitely not easy staying calm, but, you know, you've got to be happy with what you do and enjoy what you do.
What did you bring along, George?
I've brought a dish straight from the menu at the Press Club. I really think it's achievable, really do.
Do you guys want to come on up and have a look? You know the drill, how this one works. You are going to have to cook what is under the lid.
My worst nightmare is a pressure test, and if it's a dessert, that's worse.
Right, guys, today you're going to be recreating creme brulee a la grecque.
Sure enough, yeah, there it is. Yep, just as I expected. A dessert that looks beautiful, pristine, and challenging.
There's 3 different creams on there. There's a caramella mousse, there's an aniseed cream, and a mascarpone cream. There's also a little aniseed sponge, some fresh plum, some smoked almonds, and fennel fronds. All right? Now, there's a couple more components to finish off this dish, and you're going to have to do that at the tasting table as well. This little sugar twirl, and next we'll make a little snow out of a fortified wine called Commanderia. Can you help me, Chef, please?
Yeah, babe.
If you can just, tip that in. Yep, keep going, keep going, keep going. OK, so liquid nitrogen, 196 minus, all right? And here we've got this.
I am so happy. That is so cool. Like, this is my inner kind of scientist coming out.
All right, we'll leave that there for a second. We brulee our dish very gently. So there's the creme brulee part to it. And then to finish, there you go.
Wow.
You're going to do that.
Yep.
Okay.
You're going to do that.
All of a sudden, it becomes clear that it's not just a plate of food.
It's about being meticulous. It's about being organised. And hopefully at the end of this, the 4 of us are splitting hairs. Do you want a taste?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It tastes beautiful. You can definitely see why each element is on there.
George, I mean, there's probably 6 or 8, maybe 10 components. Would they be looking at going, I should get this component out of the way first?
Totally multitasking. You have to. I think if you can bank away those mousses and they're done, you put yourself in good stead to finish the dish off, because they've got the most work in it.
90 minutes. Those first 10 minutes should be reading the recipe and reading again and reading again.
Maybe 3 minutes reading the recipe.
There you go. We're going to nail this.
I'm a freestyle cook. I suck at following recipes. I hate following recipes. Pretty much a struggle for me.
This is just your second pressure test of the series. At the end of it, 5 become 4. And for our top 4, the spoils are magnificent. Let me just say, it won't only be Glenda dusting off her passport.
I mean, yeah, top 4, an overseas trip. God knows where it is, but I want to go.
You are the top 5, but now it's time to focus and nail the dish. I can't wait to see you guys cook. I'm so excited. So go for it. Enjoy yourselves and let's eat great dessert.
You'll have just an hour and a half to recreate George's dish. Creme brulee à la grecque. Your time starts now. OK, top 5, you'll have just an hour and a half to recreate George's dish. Creme brulee à la grecque. Your time starts now.
So the challenge starts and I'm reading through the recipe and I'm highlighting what needs to be done and some things that could trip me up with cream and using double cream and those sort of things.
Leo,
Hi, George.
what's your cultural background?
I'm a Filipino of a background.
Okay.
Yeah.
And have you been producing a lot of Filipino dishes?
Yes,
Okay.
I am. Okay, so I'm using this platform
Yeah.
for, you know, to give highlight to the cuisine that I grew
Good
up
on you.
with.
I'm out of my comfort zone today because I can't put the real me, my Filipino twist, in the dish.
Go for it, buddy. Good
Thanks,
luck.
George. Thank you.
Hey, Tim, what's going on?
So I'm just starting the milk chocolate ganache.
Yeah.
Because that's the one that needs to sit for an hour.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I want
Good.
to get that one
Good.
out first. I'm just going to do it in the order of things that take the
Good
longest.
on you.
Yeah.
Tell me, Tim, what do you do outside of MasterChef?
Love cooking, love hunting, diving, fishing, that kind of stuff, and to be able to take the animal from field or ocean or whatever
Yeah,
to
yeah.
table is what gives me most joy. So
And if you win MasterChef?
if I could do that on a regular basis and take people through that process myself, I wouldn't work another day in my life.
I love that, Tim.
Yeah.
That's super exciting.
Appreciate
Go
it.
for it, man.
Yeah,
Go
will
for
do.
it. Because right now, nothing else in the world matters.
Yeah, apart from you and this.
It's you, man. It's you. All the way.
Thanks,
Good
George.
luck.
The thing I need to get onto straight away is my chocolate mousse. I need to bash this out as quickly as possible. I need to heat some cream and some glucose over a stove until almost boiling, add in my chocolate, and then add the double cream and stir that in.
What do you do, Richard?
I'm a butcher.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
OK. So you've been in the hospitality industry before?
Yeah, but I worked in Australia for 26 years in the hospitality industry.
There you go. Whereabouts?
I worked at Tetsuya's and then last of all I worked at Sepia.
Two not too shabby restaurants in Sydney, eh?
Yeah, but I was always front of house, George, never in the kitchen.
Out the front, where the
Yeah,
glamour
that's-
is. That's fantastic.
And, you know, I really want to pay homage to this recipe today.
You will, Richard. I can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can feel it. All right, so just believe in yourself
Yes.
and go for it.
Unfortunately, I don't take the cream to quite the right heat, and I just can't get all the chocolate to melt and combine properly.
Hi, Glenda.
Hi, I don't think I heated my cream quite enough to melt that, so I'm just sitting it over the pot there to try and get
OK,
some more.
little Bain Marie going on.
Yeah.
OK, you already got one trip under your belt. One more? What do you think?
Good. Yeah, I'm definitely down for another one.
You're sort of beaming.
Yeah, coming into the kitchen having no idea, I actually love it now. Before
Yeah.
I used to dread it, it was so scary, but I just absolutely love it.
Yeah. Well, make it a good one.
I will, definitely. Thank you.
This recipe, I looked at it and there's a lot of components. I think he's set a difficult challenge, but an achievable one.
Yeah, there's a step-by-step you need to follow, and you start messing around with those and it'll go very wrong very quickly.
Yeah, you get one component wrong and it's very hard to get it back on track.
I start to make mayonnaise mousse and I separate my egg yolks and my egg whites and put my egg yolks into the pot, add my sugar and my spices. Just about to add my cream and George comes over and...
Tim, what's going on here?
That's going to be mayonnaise cream. It's just about to go on.
OK.
Yeah.
Just be careful what happens to egg yolks when they sit on sugar. They start to burn.
Oh, OK.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, George. I'll move quick. The penny doesn't drop. I'm OK, aren't I?
Tim, read the recipe. Tim, read the recipe. Yes, George.
Isn't he great? I just love having George. He's just like the Energizer Bunny in the kitchen.
He's in there everywhere. Like, I tell you what, I'd be a little bit nervous if I was in there cooking, because boom, he's straight in there checking what you're doing. It must be great to work with in the kitchen.
The intimidation will be gone. The energy's there. He's bringing it to them. Unbelievable.
Oh, I'm excited for them all.
How do you feel about a challenge like this? It's very exact, isn't it?
It's more of a science, which, and it's dessert. So this will definitely push me.
Yeah.
I've just got to be positive. I can do it, because I want to be in top two.
See how you're sort of hyperventilating?
I know.
You've got to let that go. The only way that you're going to complete all these is if you've got a cool head. My advice is to get a few of the components done. Do an easy one, then do a hard one. Do an easy one, do a hard one.
Yeah.
Damn it. I've combined the first line with the second line, and I wasn't meant to add my eggs until after I've heated the cream.
That's frustrating. All right, so I'm going to start again.
You're a third of the way down. It's just going to slip away. Yes?
Yes, George.
Yes, George. Come on, fire up. Get some energy going, huh? Yeah? Come on.
On George's dish, the tulle is this beautiful little paper wafer thin layer that kind of just softly drapes over the top of the dessert. I'm a bit nervous because I've got to make a caramel. I'm not great with sugar work. I have to pay attention to this. So I start making my caramel, and for some reason I'm using a small pot. I know you're supposed to use a wide flat pan. I don't know why I've done it. And because of that, my caramel's starting to granulate. I've got these big lumps of sugar that just aren't going to break up and cook through. And then I remember that I have to blitz it anyway, once it's set. I'm just going to lay it out on the sheet and see what happens.
Making my first batch of caramel, I can't understand why it's taking so long. I should have maybe put it in a bigger pot, but it's too late now. And it's kind of crystallising.
How's your caramel, Hayley?
Slowly turning.
Bit over?
Is it? He tried to twirl it a bit, and he was like, no, Hayley, it's not going to taste right. You're better off starting again.
Okay, you got to go again.
I don't have time for this, but I know that this is a major element on the dish, so I start again.
What's going on with the headband there?
It's my sweat.
It's your sweatband.
Yeah, it's a sweat.
I like
that.
Thank
you. No sweat, no gain. That's no pain, no gain, isn't it?
It feels like there's a few cracks appearing in this kitchen. I know Hayley's having problems with her caramel. Yep. I think Tim put his egg yolks in too early in one of the components, and I believe that Richard doesn't even know yet, but he's used the wrong cream for one of the other components.
You can see the sweat starting to bead. You can see the panic on their faces.
Come on, you need to move now. Yes, Hayley?
Yes.
Yes, George.
Yes, George. George comes over and says, crack on, Hayley. I'm like, I'm going to crack in a minute, so you better back off, mate. I'm going as fast as I can. I'm reading and trying to be precise and not trying to miss any elements. I know how precise desserts have to be to make them work.
It's the halfway point. 45 minutes down, 45 minutes to go. Yes?
Yes, George.
Come on, let's go, guys. Come on.
It's going to get a hell of a lot worse before it gets better.
They've got to do the nitrogen, they've got to make the snow, they've got a plate. I mean, is it possible?
They'll get there.
They'll get there?
They'll get there, but they're going to have a little bit of pain along the way, I think.
There's a maybe in my mind, I think. There's a maybe. Come on, guys! You've got to do it! Jesus.
Come on, guys, now's the time to get it done. Let's go. George Columbaris in the house. Let's go. You've only got about 30 minutes left to go. You're really going to have to start running now.
My next cream has sat for half an hour, so I put it in the Thermomix and cook it for 7 to 8 minutes. I've never used a Thermomix before. You turn them on, heat them up, push go, and they go. And it cooks it while spinning it at the same time. Once it's out of the Thermomix, it should be a little bit wobbly. They're incredibly smart tools, so to be using one is pretty cool.
I was doing really well for the first hour, and then all of a sudden it's like everything's just become too much. My bench is messy, which I hate. I'm just feeling right out of sorts. I need to take some time to sort my head out, but I don't have the time to do it.
Caramel's done.
And caramel
We need to blend the caramel.
Yep.
As soon as it's dry. Is that almost dry?
Yes.
Get it off here. This is quite warm. You need to put it in a cold place so it actually gets cold.
Yeah, he saved my bacon a little bit. That's a very important component of the dish. It's your twill. If it's not cool, there's no way you can make a twill out of it.
Hello, look at me. You've all got one of these. It's a lid with a hole cut out. Hello. Yeah? You set your sugar with your white chocolate. You blend it up like you would a praline, and then you dust it a nice thin on a silpat mat and bake the discs off, yes?
Yes, George.
Excellent.
I've got the caramel into a powder form, and I sort of sprinkle those into the shapes. I've got these perfect circles on a tray, ready to go in the oven. In it goes, but I forget about them.
Richard? Yep. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine, George. Sorry.
George. George Clooney, maybe.
He's definitely got more hair than me, Richard.
Oh, you just got to laugh it off and move on, you know. You got to have a bit of sense of humour, I suppose.
It's time to make my fennel sponge, and this, honestly, I think is about the third cake I've ever made. The first one I made in Form 1, I forgot to put flour in, so yeah, this is going to be interesting. These sponges get cooked in the microwave, and that is awesome. Like, I read the recipe, it takes a minute. Like, this is my kind of cake. The cake mixture comes together pretty well and pretty straightforward. And then I pour it into the siphon gun, and here goes nothing. Time to use this thing again. Making this sponge with the siphon gun is going to aerate the mixture more and make it really light and fluffy. I'm happy with how it is, so I put it in the microwave and cook it for a minute. I should make cakes more often.
I'll take that off now just to let some steam out.
Okay.
The Thermomix is finished. The cream inside is meant to be wobbly, and I have a look inside, and it's not wobbly, it's quite loose.
George, my custard's not that wobbly.
Get it on for another 3 minutes.
Yep, OK.
I maybe think that my measurements were wrong right from the very beginning. I may have put the wrong cream in it because we had cream and we had double cream. I have a look after 4 or 5 minutes, and it's looking a little thicker, but it's not wobbly. But I just can't sit around and wait. Well, I'm going to just take it out and put it into the freezer. If it turns out, I'm happy. If it doesn't turn out, I'll try to do something else.
Hayley, twirls.
Oh.
Oven.
Yep.
One shot. Oh.
Okay. Totes forgot about
Do
that.
it again.
Right.
Yeah.
Pull them out and they're so burnt. He's like, quick, Hayley, get some more in.
Boy, the wheels are definitely falling off. But I believe we can get them back on. Right, greaseproof paper, go on.
Sprinkle some of the star anise on top as well and get that in the oven. I watch them like a hawk, 1 to 2 minutes. It might be a lot of time that you could be doing other elements, but I don't have time for these to burn. My God.
I can feel the panic building, and it's a really unpleasant feeling.
Sieve.
This is one of those challenges you actually can't stop. You haven't got time to think. You need to keep focused. So I'm crossing things off that I've done off my recipes. They're either in the fridge, they're sitting on a bench, they're done. It helps relieve me of some of the panic.
They're under the pump right now.
Yeah.
But, I mean, geez, I wasn't going to come here and not put them under the pump. Because at the end of this challenge, I mean, you guys are giving them something really special.
Oh,
yeah?
Absolutely. And this is reality check. If you want to make a career out of this crazy business called cooking, it is like this the whole time.
Leo, Jedi Master, what's going on? Got under control?
Hope so, yep.
What else to do?
This one, and then crumb the almond, and then assemble it on the plate.
Keep going, mate, keep going.
Thank you.
I know, George.
George? Oh,
sorry,
what an honour.
I'm calling everybody the wrong name
You've
today.
just called me George. As in Colabaris, I hope. Are you losing your mind today? Are you happy with these?
Not really.
Not really? They're going to need... You need a little bit more, don't you?
Yeah, I think I might. I've got some. Yeah.
Have you? Look, you're under the pump, but stay focused,
Yep,
OK? You
I've
can
got
get this
it.
done.
I know,
OK, now don't forget these, OK?
Yep.
Mate, what's going on with Richard? He's calling me George, he's calling George Josh, he's all sort of over the show. But all that means is that he is just wanting to nail this. He's not thinking about names of people, he's thinking about exactly what he's going to do. I believe he's going to do a ripper.
I realized I don't have the snow yet. So immediately I measured all the components of the snow and running to George and doing it under like liquid nitrogen.
When you squirt it into here, you're very careful, and you do it towards the end so it doesn't splash up, yeah?
Okay.
Jeez, you are working up a sweat there, aren't you?
Hyperhidrosis.
Right, give it a good mix. Go, go. So basically, you're crushing that snow up. It's happening, yeah? Well done. Right, you're going to get that into the freezer, yeah?
Thank you. Yep.
Less than 10 minutes to go.
Less than 10 minutes.
Come on, guys, you can do it.
Okay.
I've got to do my mascarpone cream, and I put it in a bowl, whisk it all, and then it gets quite stiff.
That's mixed. It's done.
I'm a wee bit concerned about this mascarpone. I know that you can't over-whip it. It curdles. It goes like a almost buttery-like. It's very creamy. I'm sort of thinking, oh, I hope it's going to be all right. But I've just got to move on.
Thanks. Oh, fogging up.
I can see George is a little bit scared at this stage.
Oh, God.
Pissing and bobbing everywhere.
I was never good at chemistry.
But it all turned out okay, thank God.
Everybody should be thinking about plating. Recall how it looked, how it was balanced.
What the hell does it look like again? I can't remember how it looked like. It's like, which ones goes where? Oh, come on, end of the tunnel. Show me the light, show me the light. And it's like, it's all darkness in there.
You should be thinking about plating. Recall how it looked.
How the hell does it look like again? I can't remember how it looked like. Which ones goes where? I have no time to think. So I just like freestyled everything.
Timmy, you under control?
Hey, get in there, Mark. Under the pump.
Have you missed anything? What are we
No,
missing?
I've still got to do the peaches and the almonds. But apart from that...
Plums, is it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
One of those stone fruit.
Is it mousses down first, then it's the...
3 different mousses?
Yeah.
Then you tear gently the sponge, because if you squash it, you lose all that air.
Yeah.
Then the plums. Yeah. Then the fronds. Then you grate a little bit of the smoked almond and set the disc on top.
Sounds so simple. Sounds like anyone could do it.
Here we go. Bring it home. Make us proud.
I bring the chocolate ganache out. I know it says whisk in the recipe, but I just don't have time. And I don't have the strength or the power in my arms to be able to whisk it. I get the electric whisk out and it blends it too fast. And straight away it goes too thick. And I believe I've split it. I have no time to do that again or resurrect it, so I still use it.
My anise mousse is sloppy. It's like it hasn't even cooked. It's completely wet.
Might have to whip it.
My heart sinks. I try and get the hand blender out and see if I can thicken it at all, and it's foaming, it's not even setting. I need to try something else. I tip a little bit into another bowl with a lot more cream and start whipping it, and it's starting to thicken, but I taste it and it's nowhere near the anise flavour that was in the dish. I decide to start plating up without that, and if I have time I can come back to it.
I took particular notice of George's dish. I think I remember how the layout of it was.
2 minutes, everybody. 2 minutes to complete this challenge.
Have you seen so much pressure in the last 2 minutes?
Last couple of minutes, I think.
My energy levels, I mean, I want to help them out. I want to get everything happening.
But you can't do it all. It's so frustrating, isn't it?
Guys, make decisions. If something's not right and you don't think it's good enough to put on the plate, don't put it on the plate.
There's my ticket out. I can't put this anise mousse on this plate. It's not good enough. I make a call, as tough as it might be, that I'm just going to leave it the way it is.
My anise mousse hasn't set. It's still liquid. I'm whisking my life into this anise mousse and praying that it thickens. But I've literally got seconds to go now and I have to stop. I'm just going to have to pour that cream into the middle and hope that it stays in there and doesn't flow out all over the plate.
20 seconds, guys.
This is absolutely devastating.
Okay. Get it on the plate or it's not going to be there. Come on.
That component is a major player in this dish and I've completely stuffed it.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Well done, guys.
Congratulations, guys.
I made it. So happy. And it's like I can have a deep breath now.
I'm just so gutted because it's such a beautiful dish. I feel like I've absolutely massacred it.
Oh, Glenda.
Give me a...
No, I don't want to go on TV.
I know I'm going home today. I actually know it. I'm taking my dish up to the judges and George, and deep down I'm feeling really disappointed in myself. It's really hard to, you know, sell something in a positive light when you're really low. I brulee the twirl and it works. And then it's time to put the snow on, and this is kind of cool, fun, and yeah, it's interactive.
Glenda, they don't call it a pressure test for nothing, do they?
They certainly don't. Once I started tidying up and taking some of the components out and realised that some of them hadn't set properly and things like that, I really started to panic then and literally just wanted to throw in the towel.
First attempt, it's incredible. Tell me one thing that really connects me with you and the dish.
It's my life on a plate. A little bit messy, a few things broken. And this is my opportunity to do something really amazing for myself and take some time out from a career where I worked really hard to get there and then realised that that's not where I want to be. And this is where I want to be. And having people like my son who will be proud of me.
I reckon your son's sitting at home right now, potentially licking the plasma screen. Yeah?
Oh yeah, I'll be replicating this one at home, definitely. Thank you very much. It was a real pleasure to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Glenda. George, first up, thoughts, presentation?
Now, the issue is that aniseed cream, it looks like pouring cream.
Yeah.
Shall we taste?
Yeah, absolutely. I think she's nailed the balance of flavour in there. It's the middle mousse was a little bit runny, but as far as flavour and texture goes...
Flavour's great, yeah, exactly. And we always say, yeah, flavour's the most important thing. The issue is that aniseed cream. Obviously, it's more pouring cream rather than this light mousse.
Well, I was watching at the end of that challenge and I was thinking, is she going to make it? Is it going to happen? She got it to the table, looked good. Flavours are working, so I'm happy for her.
Good start.
Great start.
Great start.
Good on you, Glenda.
The judges are sort of, you know, sitting there. George is smiling away, very happy. I put my dish down, brulee my churl biscuit on top, and then spoon my snow on top of that.
Mousses, you happy with those?
Yeah, I'm really happy with the caramel one, and the mascarpone one, I was happy with that as well. I think my anise mousse was a bit runny, and I think...
Did you use the wrong cream? I think that was what it was. Mousses, you happy with those?
I think my anise mousse was a bit runny, and I think...
Did you use the wrong cream? I think that was what it was.
My measurements were wrong. I think that was my problem there.
What are your thoughts, George?
Oh, incredible. You should be very proud of yourself.
Thanks,
my question is, why now? Why not when you were young? Well,
I left it too late, I felt. I went to Australia when I was 26 years old, and by that stage, you know, the young guys were in the kitchen 18, 19, and by the time they were 22, they'd already done their apprenticeship.
What was the reason? Why wouldn't you go at an earlier age?
Because of my parents. And they wanted me to get a government job, which was secure.
What legacy do you want to leave on this show now for all the young kids out there?
If you want to be a musician, go and try it, you know. If you want to be an actor, go and try. Don't leave it too late in life.
How much does this mean to you?
It's very, very important. I feel sometimes that there's a few members of my family that don't take me seriously. I really want to show them that I've got the talent to do this and that I can win MasterChef.
Good on you, Richard.
Thanks, George.
Righto, leave us to taste.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks, Richard.
I think the presentation's quite good. I think it's the mascarpone cream.
Yeah.
It looks quite yellowy to me, which you know, usually indicates a little bit of over-whipping or something. But the overall presentation, the size and shape and look and feel, I think, is pretty uniform, isn't it?
He's done a really tremendous job. The cream potentially over-whipped. The only way we're going to find out is tasting. Slightly over-whipped.
George, first up.
The letdown's that mascarpone cream.
Yeah, it is.
It's over-whipped.
Yeah.
It's a shame because, you know, it's a good dish.
This dish is so delicate.
Yeah, that's right.
And so when one thing's slightly off, it becomes slightly clunky, doesn't it?
Well, he's definitely got the touch in terms of presentation. I mean, he did a fabulous job, but some issues there.
I think I really did well with the dish, and I'm just really hoping that the judges will be impressed and would like my dish, and especially George, that's his dish, and save me to go for a trip.
Well done. Congratulations. You should be super proud. So what's the plan? What's the dream?
Well, my dream is to basically put up a restaurant and to work side by side with my family members, and that's the main goal. Because I think Filipino food is pretty much underrated at the moment.
You know, George talks about having fun in the kitchen and being up and positive. There's this lovely self-belief in what you're doing here and why you're here. You know, I'm pretty sure we're going to enjoy this again, so...
Thank you.
Great job. Leave us to taste. Cheers, Leo.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you, George.
Thanks, Leo.
Thank you.
Well done, man.
See ya.
Slightly concerned, he's put a lot of the pollen on the top.
Yep.
That now, once you brulee, he's burnt it.
It could be a bit of bitterness.
Yeah, potentially it could be a bit of bitterness.
Just a tiny bit of bitterness, as you pointed out, would be there, but doesn't throw it too much at all, really.
No, not at all. Great flavour of aniseed.
Yeah.
Really lovely flavour. My only concern on this dish is the sponge. You know, it's a bit chewy on the palate. But these are, you know, I'm picking it apart here.
You're splitting hairs a little bit.
I am. But again, I think we have to because it's going to be that tight.
The middle mousse, he got that. It could have been probably a little stiffer, but it was there, and it's the best we've seen so far.
Just goes to show, from pig farmer to, you know, a petite plate of, you know, pastry. I mean, it's extraordinary.
I'm actually surprised he didn't sort of just slip a Filipino touch in there, because that's normally what he does.
I'm excited to present it and to show that, you know, I've managed to get everything up on the plate. It's almost a proud moment too, as well, to think that I've just done that all in an hour and a half.
So tell me, I'm intrigued. If I walked into your house, what are the cookbooks? What's in the fridge?
You'd see all the things I've made. I made my own dining room table. You'd see all my old records, my record player. There'd be lots of frozen meals that I will go and take to my granddad so that he's got lots of meals.
Tell me about that connection with your grandfather.
I make heat and eat meals all through the week because I cook up a storm in the week. You know, there's only me there, so I have so much leftovers. He's by himself, so my nana passed away about 5 years ago, so...
What would you think of that?
He'd go, where's mine? He's got a very big sweet tooth and a tummy to match.
You were talking about your cookery school before to me.
Yeah, I would love... There's so many people out there that don't know how to cook with fresh produce, and they don't need 20 million ingredients. They just need 5. So we would start off, go to the markets together, show them what produce to get, then have a beautiful cooking day. Just things like that.
You know what? I'd come.
Oh, cool.
I'd come, not to learn how to cook, but I'd come just to see your smiling face. And, you know, don't let go of that.
Righto, Hayley, leave us to taste. Thanks so much.
Enjoy.
Thanks, my dear. Her chocolate mousse does look a little bit split.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's an issue with that caramellia ganache. It looks slightly separated, but...
It's grainy, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks grainy and buttery.
That's right.
big problem with that caramellia ganache.
Yeah.
It's separated, it's buttery.
It's not destroying the dish.
No, absolutely
It's
not.
actually still quite nice to eat. I think the star anise mousse, that's the best one I've had. It's making up for everything else because it's really good.
A lot of positives once again, but it seems like everyone's just got this one issue.
Someone's got a 10% wrong in it. You know?
And that's what it is.
With the things I put up, I'm happy with. There's just one of those mousses I'm missing, and it's frustrating because I know that'll take away from the dish. But what's on there, I'm happy with. So hopefully that's enough to see me through.
This should have been right up your alley today.
I did okay. Everything that's on that plate, I'm happy with. I did leave off the anise cream. I don't think there was enough of the yolk potentially in the mixture, so that it didn't thicken enough when it was cooked, and therefore wasn't pipeable.
Do you feel the pressure today?
Tamera doesn't usually do desserts, but I'm pretty proud of that. Yeah.
Did you just talk in the third person?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Well, George thinks you did a really good job there, Tim.
Thanks, George.
Tim, thank you. We're going to try that now.
Appreciate it. Hope you enjoy it.
Cheers, Tim. Well done, mate. Congratulations.
I'm loving the look of the mascarpone mousse. I'm loving the look of the caramellia ganache.
I mean, that anise is a big part of when I put the first taste of this dessert in my mouth was, gee whiz, that is extraordinary, that flavour note going through there. So it'll be interesting to see whether it feels a bit flat.
Damn.
It's good, isn't it?
It's really good, but it's such a shame. Without that...
It's a different dessert.
That mousse, it would have been perfect, wouldn't it?
He would have nailed
it. He's just nailed everything, and you can see he loved that challenge. Such a shame he's missing the star anise in the centre.
Yeah.
This is tough. This is going to be really, really tough.
Is this the bit where I can just go home and you guys make the decisions? Again, it's going to be the nuances, the little details, and we need to sit there and just weigh them all up.
Feeling quite resigned to the fact that, you know, there's a real possibility I might go home today. I know that some of the elements haven't worked out okay. I'm hoping I've done better.
If I went home today, I'd feel like my journey would be a little incomplete. This is something I love to do, and I know I'm good at.
Any one of us can go home today, and it's those minute, those littlest details that could mean life and death.
If you were told 6 months ago that you could produce a dish like this, I bet you would have laughed at me. 5 beautiful Greek brulees. And I'd have to say, every bit as handsome as the one that George put up. Brilliant stuff, top 5. To the top 4, the spoils. And we'll get to that. But sadly, we have to send someone home.
I so want to be in that top 4. And they've mentioned passports earlier in the day, but for me, the top 4 is only one step closer to the final, and that's really all that matters right now.
Let's get down to business. Leo, we'll start with you. All of your components were 90% there, but you just added a little bit too much sponge on that dish for me, but all of your other elements were spot on. Step back, Leo.
Stepping back is like really a bad sign. Why would you step back if you could step forward and go to the side?
Glenda, step forward, please.
I feel like I'm actually stepping up to the firing line. I'm not looking forward to this. I'm not ready to go home.
The anise mousse was a little bit more like an anise anglaise. It was very runny. And you know that it only really takes one component to throw a whole dish out.
Yep.
Step back, please, Glenda.
Tim, step forward.
Leo and Glenda have just been asked to step back. I have a feeling I'll probably get asked to step back too.
Al mentioned one component. Well, you left one entire component off the dish. In your defence, George said that if it wasn't perfect, leave it off the dish. But it did change the flavour profile of the dish.
Absolutely.
Having said that, the 4 of us thought that all of your other elements were close to perfect. Step back, please. Hayley.
Whoever goes home today, you know, they're going home on the back of just one small thing going wrong, which is making it so hard for the judges.
Pretty emotional day in the kitchen for you today, wasn't it, Hayley?
It was.
Same deal, one element, you know it, and we know it. You split your chocolate ganache. Mind you, the rest of your components were fantastic. Step back, please.
Richard, step forward, please.
To be in the top 4 and to get the opportunity to travel overseas would be very fulfilling for me, and I think it may change the perception of some people have of me.
So your one element that wasn't right was the mascarpone mousse. There was far too much of it and it was over-whipped. Kind of coated the top of our mouths and really dramatically altered the eating quality of the dish. Richard, at this stage of the competition, it's down to splitting hairs.
It's at this point that I realised that he's not stepping back into the line.
Your mistake had the biggest effect on the eating of George's dish.
I can't believe what the judges are saying. Richard's phenomenal. I've always seen him as my biggest competition.
Brutal as it is, your dish was the one that ate least well. So I'm sorry, Richard. You have been an absolute gentleman from the moment that you cooked the eel so the girls didn't have to. That eel chowder, it was absolute masterstroke. And boy, you can cook a bloody good pie.
Thank you.
If your family's got any doubts, you have certainly proved them wrong. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here. You really have been an extraordinary contestant. We've loved every minute of it.
Yeah, I just feel like I've let myself down a little bit, but that's beside, you know, I'm fine. I've got to the top 5 and my journey's over in the MasterChef kitchen.
Mate, you've given us some outstanding dishes. You're a great cook, and on top of that, you're a great guy.
Thanks, Josh.
Richard, I'm gutted you're going home today. You're an absolute true inspiration, and you're so going to be missed in the MasterChef kitchen, and I wish you all the best.
Can I just say what a fantastic experience it's been? I've met some fantastic people, and, you know, you guys have just been inspirational. Your guidance and everything you've done for us has just been absolutely amazing. I walk away today with my head held high, and I just like to say thank you very much. It's been such a pleasure.
From walking into that kitchen, that anxious anxiety of not knowing, the nervousness, you know, if I ever get into a situation like that, you know, I know now what to expect and how to control it and use it to my ability, use it to my advantage.
His story is really inspiring. Touched me personally in a way, and it's just like losing a good friend as well.
I'm heartbroken Richard's going. He's a really warm and caring person with a really deep soul.
Well, good luck to everyone, OK? Enjoy yourselves.
Love you, Dale.
OK, see you.
I really miss them. We built up some really good relationships, and I think that in the future, you know, I'll still catch up with these people and I'll still see them. I just hope that I've inspired people to enjoy cooking, and it brings people together, and it's all about sharing and love and that sort of thing, and that's what I aim to do, and I think I've done that.
Top 4. Congratulations. We said you would need your passports, so you know you're going offshore. And here is your invitation to one of the world's most beautiful resorts.
Oh.
It's the 5-star, super luxurious Al Mahar Resort in the United Arab Emirates.
Oh,
that's right, guys. We are going to Dubai. Hayley, that all good with you?
Yeah, that's good with me. It's a long flight. Who's going to sit next to me? Oh, God.
Leo, you been to Dubai before?
It's now sinking in that, as brutal as it is, you're pretty much stealing somebody else's dream as well. Because I know that Richard is religiously wanted to win this competition.
Means you care, mate. Nothing wrong with that.
Leo, I was sort of hoping this prize would make you happy, actually.
Dubai!
We're going to be taking you to the middle of the Arabian desert to meet a couple of the world's best chefs.
I don't know if I can take anymore.
This is just going to be an unreal experience.
And we promise it'll be another experience of a lifetime.
Gonna be like a desert safari food kind of thing. Maybe we'll be butchering a whole camel.
Look, a massive congratulations, top 4. And all I can say is we will see you guys at the airport. Thanks so much.
Well done.
Next Sunday, it's the trip of a lifetime.
Unbelievable. I'm so excited.
For the top 4.
What better way to experience the desert?
I could live this life.
As they head deep into the Arabian desert.
This one's too burnt. Are you okay?
To cook for an internationally renowned chef.
You know, this tastes bland.
But can they handle the heat?
The oil just flicks all over my arm.
Because he's burned himself.